you know what I'm saying, weaponizing my, you know what I'm saying, my physical lifestyle or whatever I'm doing. But just evolving your mindset above the slave, above the slave mentality, above the farm animal, you know what I'm saying? Becoming something else. Whatever you want to call that, that's one of the first things that you're gonna have to embody. And also by reprogramming your subconscious mind, be it by reprogramming what you know what I'm saying, learn to believe what is real about reality. You got to reshape it. You got to go up in there and take out everything that was taking away your power and put everything that's going to be in it, that's going to fuel your alchemy, fuel your magical intent, and going about the human arena and embracing the predator. You see what I'm saying? Embracing the darkness. Darkness feeds on everything, and darkness is omnipresent and it's always there. You see what I'm saying? That's a form. That's, you can tap into that. You know what I'm saying? Tap into the aspect of being the, you know what I'm saying, the dark side or whatever. But always understand that you're gonna have to reprogram your subconscious mind and elevate your mentality above the human by not thinking like a human, by embracing the monstrous soul, all that type of shit that we talk about. You gotta embrace it and you gotta own it. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Your morality only means shit within the human arena, because all of this shit is about predation. Like I said, there's no fucks given when it comes, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, when it comes to that type of shit, when it comes to vampirism and things of that nature. It's about the bigger animal swallowing and devouring the smaller animal. I don't care what arena you're talking about, political, spiritual, economic, financial, it's the same thing. And it's the same, you just look at nature. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about a damn deer that's being born right now is being slaughtered by some damn bears or something. Ain't nobody care. You know, fucks given, because that's the law of the land. And that shit applies within the human arena as well. But we kind of, you know what I'm saying, we kind of distracted by the, you know what I'm saying, the culture and the modern day civilization and the trinkets of technology and things of that nature. But at the underbelly of all that shit, it's always going to be predatory spiritualism, because that's everywhere and that's in everything. It's in the cosmos. Look at the sun. You got the sun vampirizing off, or the sun is basically being vampirized by all the planets around it. It's using it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it just goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? Look at the galaxy. It's gonna have a black hole in the center of it. I mean, it's everywhere. No matter where you look, you will see predatory. You know what I'm saying? This shit was built on predation, regardless of. You got to embrace it. Accept that shit as being a fundamental fabric of creation. And once you do that and tap into, you know what I'm saying, being that on a higher perspective from a normal human being, you just, you know what I'm saying, you just gonna like weaponize your psychopathic nature. We all got psychopathic tendencies. Look at them and see which one that you can use to your benefit within the human arena, within restraint. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about go out and slash and killing people, but understand that the psychopathic nature within humanity, that if you know how to do it, you can weaponize and utilize that shit to your benefit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I've always been into, you know what I'm saying, psychology and things of that nature, and being able to be 10 steps ahead of a normal person. You see what I'm saying? Based on everything that we discussing today. But I'm telling you, predatory spiritualism is a natural, fundamental, foundational thing within creation. You can't go nowhere without it. You know what I'm saying? You can't look and not see it. It's always there.
That's 100% correct, brother. Rogue Titan, you're going to be upset with me, but I forgot to record the first hour. God damn it, brother. I forgot to record the first hour of this,
It's
brother.
all good. Man, listen, it's all good, bro.
Like,
I ain't upset at all about this shit. This is where this shit flow.
Yeah.
It's where it flow,
right.
dog.
Let me say this. Brother Rogue Titan's hitting a lot of 100% shit. Okay? Really, right now, we have to get to the point where we got to understand that morality is the biggest weapon used against you to keep you within a box. That morality is one of the first things you should have challenged yourself to address and overcome within the path of this left-hand walk. The reason why that is, there you go, Demetrius. Demetrius said the first hour was for initiates only. I like that. See, that brother's cool, brother. Anyways, so you basically have to address your morality on this left-hand path. Whatever method you use on the left-hand path, you're still going to have to address your morality. We all always discuss how your morality is shaped and formed within you from one, for example, your family. 2, your society. 3, your culture, your ethnic group, whatever the case is. This is what is used to teach you morality. You get older and you go through life living this morality. But then you go through certain situations in your life where you start to address some of this shit is bullshit. You understand? Well, I'll tell you the truth when it comes to morality. It's all bullshit. Let me tell you why it's all bullshit. Because most morality comes from someone else's opinions, feelings, or thoughts, passing it off as the almighty truth. And as we discussed Friday night, there is no almighty truth. That's BS. There is your truth, and your truth stems from your subjective experiences, your subjective realm affecting and being connected to your objective realm. Okay? Now, understand this. When you address your morality, you start to address the very thing that has been holding you back for years. Ask yourself, what is right or wrong? Is it based upon my religious upbringing? Is it based upon what my parents taught me, et cetera, et cetera? Because we all still sometimes get stuck in this arena of what is right or wrong. And what you really start to learn is there is no such thing as right or wrong. It is all based upon your perception or your beliefs or your morality that was socially programmed into you. Another thing that Rogue Titan said, psychology. Study the hell out of psychology. I study that all the time. I study all the aspects of psychology, especially social psychology, environmental psychology, especially those, because that is basically, in a nutshell, if you want to understand the mental programming, the conditioning, the mind control, and manipulation, study those things, and you start to learn how to break it. You start to learn how you basically are socially defined or psychologically defined, and we fall under it. For example, the diagnose. Listen, for us, some of us older people, right? We remember a time where they didn't have all these definitions of 80, all this other shit, right? All these things that they use to define kids, right? Nowadays, is this kid has this hyperactive disorder or this or that. There wasn't a lot of those definitions. Those are modern day definitions today, right? A lot of them are recent. Here's the problem with that. If you as a parent accept that to be true, then you basically are going to raise your child under that condition, that your child has this, and you're going to raise them under that condition, thus limiting the potential for your child to really be what they can be. A lot of these kids who so-called have these disorders don't really have disorders. They have spiritual gifts that we as modern day humans cannot understand. So if we can't understand these spiritual gifts, we try to box them in as having a disorder. No, you're the one with the disorder. Do you understand? You have the disorder because we forgot or disconnected ourselves from these spiritual abilities or gifts that these kids have, and we can't relate or understand them because we're so disconnected that we're doing them a disservice. Break the mind control. Break the morality. Break all those things. And yes, Hikati, they put them on medication to even control this. When you watch movies sometimes, right? Sometimes some movies are parallels of life today. Why is it when you watch movies, every damn white person is popping pills in these damn movies? Do you not see that social programming? Like it's normal just to pop pills? Like these people cannot exist or cope in life without popping pills? I'm not talking pills, recreational popping. I'm talking about medicated to keep you docile, controlled, right? Watch the show, The Umbrella Academy. Watch the show, The Umbrella Academy, all right?
Right.
On Netflix. It's on Netflix. You haven't seen it yet, watch it. There's this one girl, I'm not going to ruin it all, but I am going to ruin a little bit. There is this one girl called Vanya, right? She all she would ever do, all she could ever really do is do what? She could play the violin, right? That was all really what they thought she had a gift to do. And her father, which was really her adopted father, because he adopted all these special kids, whatever, put her on pills. Well, we come to find out in one of the last episodes I saw was that she actually had gifts, but he used it to suppress it. He used it to control her gifts. That's what's happening to kids today. Many of them have spiritual gifts, but because we can't study it in this understand it in this modern mind, we give them medication to keep them controlled and their gifts from coming out. That's what's happening. If you want to know how to really utilize this vampiric, predatory kind of devouring energy, we'll start giving you some examples. I'll start and then I'll pass to Rogue Titan. Some I do. I don't know if y'all have heard of orgone energy. Some of y'all have heard of orgone energy. Well, they have these little, what do you call them? Pendants, amulets, whatever the hell you want to call them. Pendants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that have orgone energy in a circle or not. Some of them even have stones for chakras. Well, see, it's flufferized by a lot of people because, you know, it opens your energy and it opens your chakras and, you know, it makes you tap into higher consciousness. Well, guess what? If you're really a vampire on the predatory path, you love that. You'll be like, listen, I could use this orgone pendant I have, weaponize it to open people I come in contact with to feed off of their energy, feed off of their emotions, open the certain chakras I'm trying to tap into to feed off of that energy. That's an example, okay, of how you can use even things that you would consider on the right-hand path, how you can actually weaponize it to become a tool or an amplifier to devour energy. So that's an example of things you can do. Look at what you normally use in your rituals. Look at the things you commonly do in your rituals. What amulets, what things, and think about it. Can I ritualize this? Can I weaponize this? Can I use this and transmute that energy to devour energy, to absorb energy instead of just my own and charging myself up? Yes, you can. You can do that with anything. You just have to know how to do it. You can do that. You could go to a restaurant. You can have a sigil. Let's say you have a sigil, right? And you're out hanging out with a person, and you could actually, without them realizing, because a lot of people don't even pay attention, you can slide this sigil under their drink, okay? And you can weaponize and charge their drink while they're drinking it. That sigil is used for you to devour. And you put it under their drink. They put their drink on it. They drink it. They put it back. They don't really realize it's there because, trust me, people do not pay attention. And when they drink this, you are devouring or absorbing that energy to charge yourself up. You understand? It's that simple. Simple little things like that you can use, okay? If you have rings, if you wear rings, weaponize them. Use them as weapons to devour. I have 2 rings I wear commonly, and I've charged them up and utilized them to become amplifiers to devour energy. This is things you can start to do when you work in your ritualistic path on a daily basis. Mind control, manipulation. Learn how to tap into people's frequencies mentally, especially the people that are attracted to you. That's 100% correct what Rogue Titan said. That is the #1 weapon you have, is the people attracted to you. You know why? Because they're freely giving you their energy. They're freely giving you their emotions, and they're freely giving you their mind, their thoughts, their everything is freely being given to you because they're so attracted to you. I'm not talking to ones you in a relationship whether you vibe with. I'm talking about anybody who you see, you walking down the street and her or he looks at you and you see that they can't take their eyes off you. They're feeding you their energy. They're freely giving it to you. Exactly. They're freely giving it to you. Feed off of that. Take it because it's freely giving it to you. You women, especially you females in here, y'all have this natural gift and ability to do this even better than men. See, we men sometimes have to go above and beyond to get y'all attention. We got to get super buff in the gym, you know, do all this stuff, right? or we got to do something else, dress super fly, got a certain oil cologne on, or all this extra baggage that we got to do just for y'all to pay attention to us. Because in any situation, don't get it twisted, brothers. Any situation, it ain't you who picked the female. Don't get that shit twisted. It's the female who picked you. 9 times out of 10, she picked you out of about 100 dudes who was hitting on her that day. Okay? You just got the lucky one because there was something different about you. You had that alpha male energy. You had that magnetic frequency. She was feeling that. But most of the time, they already chose you out of a bunch of other dudes that was trying to holler, hit on her, been trying to get with her. She just chose you because there's something different about you. But women understand this principle a lot better than men. They get hit on just for being a woman. Okay? And don't lie, y'all. Some of y'all seen, and ugly's whatever to people. I don't care. But everybody has seen what they consider to be ugly. Y'all seen even some of the, everybody's seen somebody that you said, how the hell is this person with this person? This is not right. My man looking like Beetlejuice. You understand? And he got this fly female. How? Okay? Or this female looking like, what's the lady on the Martin show again? Yeah, her. Right? Looking like the lady on the Martin show that Martin used to dress up like, right? Looking like her. Was it what? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, looking like her. And you like, how the hell she with this dude? This dude looking like he $1 million. He driving this nice whip. You know what I'm saying? But where the hell she came from? Everybody seen it. Don't lie. That's because there's something about these individuals that is devouring that other person. We may not think of it like that because we want to stay in the friendly zone. Oh, I feel these emotions and I love. Listen, nigga, this is called devouring in its most simplistic form. All right, this happens naturally a lot of times. So you will look around and you see these things happening, and you'll say, "I don't get why this person's with that person." That person knows why they're with the other person, whether we think of it as, oh, that's not right, or it just doesn't look right. He's ugly, she's right, whatever. There's a reason that's happening. That woman has learned the trick. The trick is a woman by nature is the natural seducer of this planet. Yeah. This is something for y'all to use to weaponize yourself. You are the natural seducer of this planet. You can use it to benefit yourself. You can use it to increase your finances or anything else without having to do anything stupid or extreme. Okay? A man will go out of his way to just get your attention. Your ass looking at him like, what do you want, nigga? He'll go out of his way to get your attention. You woman sometimes will never go out of your way to get a man. You be like, that nigga don't come here. I ain't gonna talk to him later. And I've seen it, especially in the clubs. You club heads know, when y'all was in the club, you would see this all the time, right? You would see people there all the time, and this female is just like a magnet for all these dudes. She never went up to anybody. Everybody was just fighting to get over to her. Domingo know this. We did this as young cats. Yo, you see this girl in the club. We like, yo, who's going to go over there first? Who's going to get, basically you're saying who's going to get rejected first. Because the first nigga get rejected, I'm coming right after you. You see what I'm saying? That's just literally what we used to do. Because there's some power behind that a woman has that naturally devours us. It naturally brings us in. If y'all females really learn this, I don't care if you're young or more mature, whatever the case, it's irrelevant. You could use this to empower yourself right from today onward to increase your financial status, to increase your present habitat. You can use it for anything and never give up the goods to a dude. I don't think sometimes y'all females realize what you can do to really weaponize this. Misty Jean knows, because she done share some shit with me before, right? She know the power of the female and how to weaponize that, and how you could take a dude and basically make him a sissy. It's just real. I'm just saying. And the dude could have started out as a straight hard rock, Next thing you know, this dude is sissified and he's walking with his female, he's holding hands. You like, yo, my nigga, what happened? What happened? Come on, bro. All you brothers know you've seen this happen before. You know, brother personally, like, yo, that dude just gone, son. I don't see him no more. Every time you see him with his female, he holding hands and she like running the show and he's just like tiptoeing with her, you know? That's your power. If you want to know how to devour, tap into your feminine power. Tap into that dark, divine, feminine power. You have the gift to do that naturally. Do it. Okay? Some of y'all sisters I've had personal conversations with. So I know you have the power, whether you realize that or not. I know you have the power because I done seen how you make other people react. Some of y'all I've seen in rituals of different things. I done seen how you made dudes react. Like, damn, she dancing. Look at that big ass bounce. Yes, all that ritual, spiritual shit go out the door. If her ass is bouncing in the ritual, you ain't thinking, oh, hail Satan and all this shit. You thinking, damn, that ass. I mean, period. Let's just be real. That's y'all realize you magnetize and devour men naturally. Learn how to really weaponize that to your advantage to empower yourself in every arena of life that you feel you're lacking in. And you'll see how far you can go with this, because there's a reason why they put women in movies in the color red. Have you ever noticed when you watch these occult movies or horror movies or things like that, there's always a one female who has red dress on or something red? Why? Because red is one of the fastest moving colors in the visual light spectrum that catches your attention and opens up your sacral and root chakra. It opens up your sexual attraction immediately. So sisters, wear red. If you want to get somebody's attention, wear red. And you will see how quickly they be like, whoa. Okay? Some of y'all know this because you've done this before. You've done the experiment before. And what did we talk about earlier? Rogue Titan brought it up. Always be the scientist running your experiment. Always be the scientist. Don't get caught up in your own experiment. Stay the scientist. Okay? Stay the scientist. Don't be stuck in your own experiment. I'm going to say that 2 more times so we really hear it. Don't get stuck in your own experiment. Always stay the scientist, because you are the one who's actually putting the experiment together. And as females, you really have the power to really put the experiment together. There's a reason why y'all are what you are, the gender you're in. There's a reason you came into this time in the feminine form. It's because this is the experience you need to graduate to a higher level, or another level, or another multi-dimension. There's a reason you're in that feminine form now. Master that shit 100%. Go all the way into that feminine vibration and frequency. Understand it 100%. I mean, go so far into it that you just feminize to the feminine. So far in there, and you'll start to understand what the masculine energy is all about. If you really want to master some shit, master what gender you're in, and then you'll start to understand the opposite gender and bring the demonic integration within yourself. That's how you work this, and that's how you start to understand the power of devouring. You start to understand, if you're a man and you really want to devour, what frequency should you activate, Rogue Titan? If you really want to devour, what frequency can you really use to magnetize and attract people to you?
Easy, man. My solar plexus chakra.
Okay.
That's what I go. I go right there.
Times the solar plexus, when you go across history, is usually connected to a feminine deity. The solar plexus is usually connected to a feminine deity. Why is that? Because that's the frequency that is used to devour. That's the frequency that is used to attract. The feminine energy is the devouring force. So tap in when you do your demonic integration, if you're trying to devour, bring the feminine frequency to the forefront and watch the difference when you operate with the feminine frequency instead of the masculine. Just try it one day. You'll see. Rogue Titan, we're about to take some questions. You ready, brother?
All right, I'm born ready.
All right, let's get it popping. All right, let's start over here with Sister Shandy. Sister Shandy, are you there? Sister Shandy, are you there? We'll come back to Sister Shandy. She might be busy. Misty Jean, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. Any questions this evening?
Well, if you forgive me, I don't have any questions, but I do, I like to give feedback because then you can uh understand how I'm hearing what you're saying.
Right.
That'll be all right. So much territory was covered. I felt like I've been up one side of the mountain and down the other. But before I say anything more, let me just give a good Thanksgiving to all my relations, to my ancestors, and to all those present here.
Indeed.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
I'd like to speak on that word passion
Yes.
as opposed to peace. I've been
Yes.
thinking about that all day since I heard you say it on yesterday or whenever you did say it. That's an interesting concept.
Yes.
Red is also the color of Set, so I'm wearing red tonight in honor of Set. I'm enjoying Dreamscape Artist on tonight, the scientist, Rogue Titan, of course.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Speaking about us consciously understanding that we're feeding, because it is true that most or many, not all, but most melanated people do live in the survival mode, in the fear mode, forgetting that babies, the first instinct that they have is to suck. I mean, to feed. Absolutely correct. Predators.
Some people never stop sucking. Okay, go ahead.
Right. And so the dark energy, what we feed on, is not really being taught to us. So we get sidetracked and we're not, and so then we have to come along with people that are on the edge of this understanding, like you men tonight. I appreciate you and I honor you being one of the older people present, and I'm totally vibing and loving and enjoying being a crone, or some people might say a cougar.
That's what's up.
But we have been dumbed down to the point that, as was said, we have our asses in our devices. I've had people sit in my presence and be on their device, and I was so highly offended, so they could have, if they were aware, they could have fed on my anger, but they're not aware. So, I like that you're bringing up the psychology versus, because it's a little different, narcissist and a psychopath. They're really on the same spectrum. One is worse than the other, but we do have that spectrum. And it's good to know where we are on that spectrum. I would like to say hello to Domingo from, my home city, Hartford. I don't see you now. I didn't see you then when he introduced you. But I don't live in Hartford anymore. I live in Middletown, Connecticut.
Oh, shit.
So it was rainy and chilly here today. I like the different seasons, I like going through that process every year, so it's not really a problem for me. But thank you for letting me know that it was like 90 in Florida.
No doubt.
But I'm up here. But I'm enjoying it. Happy to be here. And you did cover a lot of territory. And as Demetrius said, that first part is like for initiates, because a lot was downloaded and a lot of lugs dropped.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So keep up the good work and
Will do.
passion.
That's what's up.
There you go, sister.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Much love.
Yes, yes. All right. Brother Necro Cannon, my good brother Necro Cannon. Any
Greetings,
questions?
all. I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say to my brother Roll Titan, I'm very glad that you was able to explain that to individuals so that way they can have a better understanding on actual consumption and from the thought vibrations of what people give out and where to focus it. I also just wanted to add, if I may, to where when you are out and about, you can actually send out a signal by your own vibrational frequency, in which when you kind of like how bats do with sonar, you bounce it out and you bounce it back, so that way you can see where people are consciously, and then from there you can actually start your draining too, as a way of figuring out who is preferable for you to actually feed upon that way. Just like how you were saying last time, not everybody is who you actually need to feed upon. You can actually get a direct vibrational feed from that person, because remember, everything is energy. So when you were speaking about going into the chaotic energy, you're just formulating that from a certain perspective to aim it at that individual and feed on that dark light matter, in which the sister was speaking about just a minute ago. And from us using it from not only the solar plexus, but also from the root chakra, because that is based to where the genitalia are. That is where another key chakra point to actually feed upon people. So when you're whether they're feeling off of any type of energy, you're actually able to harness the frequency of what you're looking for to feed upon them directly. So that I just wanted to add to that, but just thank you for the discussion of what you gave to everybody tonight. That was excellently said and like really good.
Appreciate it, man. Good point. Good point about the sonar, about sending that wave out. I'm happy you brought that up. I didn't cover that, but I'm happy you said that, because that's some real shit. Weaponizing your aura and being able to send that shit out in the I'm not directional pattern and shit like that, pick up on them frequencies. You're exactly right. That was ill.
Right, because you are the center force of that focus. So when you direct it directly out from you in a 720 dimension, I'm sorry, not just 360, but in a 720 dimension, you actually hit all like frequencies, other vibrational frequencies that are around you. So that way you can actually see not only the conscious states of those people, what they're thinking and everything else, but as well how they're feeling, because the amount of energy that they're giving towards the feeling dictates what they're thinking. Because ultimately, you act upon however you're thinking, you're going to feel it, and however much energy that you're feeding into your thoughts dictates out your reality for it. So once you're able to actually like just focus on that amount of energy, just like within the certain teachings that we've been taught within necromancy about going out and about, I'm not going to say too much on it, but just really just focusing on one aspect and then gaining all of that energy around you, you're able to pick up on those different frequencies to say, you're the person I need to feed upon because you're projecting out the most energy. I need to stay away from you because these thoughts of what you're actually thinking because of the amount of energy that you're giving out. So like when you put all the lessons together that's been taught, it's magnificent, and you are adding icing to the cake. So I just want to add that to it too. So it can really get in depth if we have our conversation. So I do need to link up with you.
Will do. Hit my email up though. We definitely could chop it up on that. I already can see where this shit could go based on the conversation going forward. So
brother Roll Tide, let me just say this. Brother Necro Canopy hit me up during the week with some emails that I'd be like, this nigga be blowing my mind. That's all I'm gonna say. I'd be like, damn, I never thought about it that way. But he'd be like 100% on point, because a lot of the stuff he does, he's a master scientist on a lot of this. That's all I can say, bro. He's a master scientist on a lot of this. Y'all two get together, y'all gonna go through the roof. That's all. Because he be sharing a lot of stuff with me that's like takes me to another level, and I practice it too. I'll start practicing incorporating that. Don't think just because we up here might sound rogue tight, like we think we know it all and there's no other method of predatory vampirism that we can learn. We learn from all of y'all. So any ideas, anything y'all do, bring it always up. This is an interaction. It's not a lecture. It's an interaction. It's a discussion. Bring it up, because we can learn from Necro Cannon. We can learn from Misty Jean. We can learn from KG. We can learn from Demetrius. Everybody's got something to bring to the table. That's what's called building a real coven or order of people who are like-minded, who are on this path. If y'all stay quiet and don't bring this up, it's more of a disservice than a service to us all, because everybody has something unique they do that can actually assist somebody else listening right now take their work to another level. So
No
don't
doubt.
hold back. So I'm always tuned in to what Brother Necrocana says. That's why I love when he comes on here, because he takes it to another level. And he's really deep into the science aspect of it, which is what you need, especially when you're studying predatory spirituality. Brother Rogue Titan's really deep into the science part of it. And myself, we always talk about science. Learn science. You got to learn science, incorporate it with the occult knowledge. And if you do the two, you can zoom out. You can take it to a whole nother level. So, Brother Necrocana, I'd like to thank you. Brother Rogue Titan, y'all two need to link up. Definitely communicate with each other.
No doubt.
T, I see your hand raised,
Definitely
but
will.
we're gonna get to you because I got a certain order that I can go from my screen. So we'll get to you in a second. All right, thank you, Brother Necrocana.
You're welcome.
All right, let me go to the next individual. All right, the Sister KG. Do you have any questions?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I am very, very new to culture, these sciences and such. I kind of stumbled into it because of dreams and fantasies, and then met someone, started talking, didn't really read books before I just tried to feed on somebody. So when I did that, I noticed some people kind of make me feel sick and don't, like, is there a way, because I know you say you feed on fear and you feed on attraction and all sorts of things, is there a way, is it that I just shouldn't feed on certain people? I should do like Brother Necrocannon said and just see what kind of people I should feed on first? Or is it that I am so new to it that I need to learn how to process the energies that I'm taking in?
I would say process those energies first and just seeing if you're comfortable with this. Because this is, you know what I'm saying, this level of information isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just can't, you know what I'm saying, embody this concept because it goes against, you know what I'm saying, it goes against the, you know what I'm saying, it goes against the grain. You gotta be comfortable with it. You gotta be comfortable with your true darker side of yourself. You see what I'm saying? Not only that, but you gotta weaponize it and act on it. So what I would recommend you check out, you know what I'm saying, listen to what Necrocannon brought forth, because that's a ill concept of being able to employ that, weaponize it, sending that energy out. But being aware of your thoughts, like being not only aware of them, but being in control of your thoughts and in control of your energy and knowing what it is and how to send it out and redirect it to get a result is very, 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 very important. So I would advise you, you know what I'm saying, study up on just your natural essence, your aura, learn everything there is to know about yourself, whether you gotta, you know what I'm saying, go through a natal chart, read everything, all the characteristics about your personality, see where, you know what I'm saying, see what things, you know what I'm saying, you are comfortable with, and whatever you're comfortable with, weaponize those things. Like for example, I don't always feed on people. My thing is, I use mostly mind control type of things, but like feeding we're all feeding naturally anyway, consciously or unconsciously. There's always a consumption process going on and taking place, but being mindful of your thoughts and your personal energy that you distribute within your environment is very, very important to understand and to, you know what I'm saying, and realize, you know. So that's what I would recommend. Just become comfortable with your energy, learn what it is, how to utilize it, how to send it out, being, you know what I'm saying, maintaining the frequency of your energy and your emotions and things of that nature, and seeing where you go from there. But understand that this, like a lot of this like vampiric aspect of Luciferian path or whatever, it's not, a lot of people are squeamish when it comes to this. You see what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. I'm gonna be real with that shit, but you gotta have a certain type of mindset when it comes to this. You just have a goal. You know what I mean? What is your goal? What is your intent in even, you know what I'm saying, acquiring this, you know, or developing this ability? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Be true to yourself. You know what I mean? See where you weigh with that. So like a lot of people can't just accept these these type of power that we all have. We all have them. These are natural gifts. But if you know how to, you know what I'm saying, put the blade and sharpen those gifts and weaponize them and utilize them, that's a totally different aspect. So, you know what I'm saying, you just see where you at with that. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying, weigh the pros and cons or whatever, and whatever it is, that's what you decide, you know. But understand that at the end of the day, you the dictator of your reality, you the goddess of your reality, whether you like it or not. But you gotta use that shit when you know what I'm saying, you gotta weaponize and own it and claim it and become stronger with this shit. If you know what I'm saying, you find it necessary. So
well, I feel like certain, I don't know how to describe it. Some parts is kind of like, some parts of me are just kind of pushing me in that direction. I don't really, not that I don't have a choice, but it's just like, that's where I need to be and this is what I need to do.
okay.
I can only, you know, I have come to the point where I can't run from it anymore. So
Okay.
I have to learn because this is who I am. So
Okay.
I'm just embracing the darkness.
We here for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You comfortable with? I mean, I understand where you're coming from exactly. Like you feel like this is your own, so you gotta learn that everything there is, and learn
exactly. Yeah, this is home. This is where I belong, and running from it does not serve me. So
right.
Yeah.
And just know that it's not a race. Learn at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? We all are here to support each other on this path. You know what I'm saying? This is very, very solid, very like lonely, so to speak. But you got to embrace the isolated consciousness that you are. You know what I'm saying? The body and segment aspect of it, and just know that, you know what I'm saying, this is a very, very powerful current when you messing with this type of shit. I'm telling you, it can become overwhelming sometimes, but just. And it's fun. It's very fun to, you know what I'm saying, do this. You know what I mean? I'm enthusiastic about talking about this type of shit because it's so primal and it's so joyous when you know how to weaponize and use it and see the results that you know what I'm saying, you create. And it's like, man, can't nobody take that away from you when you get you know what I'm saying, get your hands dirty with this shit and doing it. But you being a woman, I'm telling you, it's sky's the limit when it comes to your potential, when it comes to just like Ravana was saying earlier, like, naturally, just coming out the womb, naturally you gifted with abilities that we as men can't tap into directly. We gotta do extra shit to try to, you know what I'm saying, embody that energy that you have naturally. You know what I'm saying? So understand that and weaponizing your dark feminine energy, and understand that you're growing stronger and stronger every day in power. Man, I'm telling you, there's no limit to your chaotic energy potential with this shit.
And like the sis say, sister, the dark side is calling you. You've answered the call.
I have no choice. She's not taking no for an answer.
Remember, on this path, it's about challenging yourself. Your first challenge you already have confronted, which is giving in to the call, the pull of the chaos, the pull of the dark side. That's your first challenge, was giving into that.
Right.
Next challenge, mastering yourself in every aspect imaginable. Go into it. Yes, it is a solitary and isolated consciousness, but you're not alone. As you see on here, we fluctuated about 25 people on and off this evening. You're not alone, so don't think you're alone. You can always reach out to Brother Rogue Titan. You can reach out to myself. You can reach out to the sisters on here. Everybody could be communicating, because we're trying to literally, while we're doing this, is build a coven, an order, a community of melanated people that are on the left-hand path. You understand? Because it's rare. Because what happens when you get on this left-hand path, the dark path, it's calling you. It's been flooded, and the concepts of many of the teachers are usually other than melanated. I'm just being real. So when you find this, it's special and it's different. Embrace it, because I'm sure you've already seen there's so many other people that are not melanated on this path, and it's harder to find people melanated on this path than a lot of other paths. Okay? But you're not alone. As you see this evening, you can reach out to anybody on here. Work it, walk it, live it. Don't just do it in front of an altar. It's a part of your everyday life. Every moment, every second, ritualize it, make it happen. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No problem. My pleasure.
All right, let's see who's next on the menu. Uh-oh. Not Brother Demetrius. Get ready, Brother Rogue Titan. Demetrius.
Let's go.
That fire.
I got the Infinity Gauntlet, though. I'm good.
Oh shit, you got the Infinity Gauntlet. Brother
Right.
Demetrius, I know you got
Yeah.
questions or comments.
Well,
Go ahead.
First and foremost, thank y'all for having this conversation. This has been great tonight. And to Sister KJ, welcome home.
There you go.
Welcome home.
Right.
Continue to study and grow, because in time, the other side of the fence is going to be horrified of you. That's good, though. I just wanted to make a couple of statements. I have a question. I remember, I can't think of which one of the books it is, but one of the Carlos Castaneda books, where Don told him, said that the universe is a predatory creature.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people have that whole fluffy thing about leaving it to the universe. Well, the universe will split your ass first. That's that's a bad thing. You'll get bled out by the universe itself. So it's all predatory. To those who are trying to work the energy, because you talked about feeding on fear. One of my favorite places is the church. Going in there. People want to go, hey, come on, let's go. You ought to come with us. Okay. You have a stone or something. You put a servitor. I know Michael Ford talks about a horde demon named Pooch to put in there and just bleed the place out. Walk out with it with all their lunch money.
Yep. Right.
So my question I have is, we talk about devouring. Would possession be considered a form of that? Where you would basically consume the power of the god? I guess in some way they may consume some of yours, but you consume theirs too.
No doubt. Hey, Ravana, we were just talking about, we were just having a private conversation yesterday about this. Is that I'm happy you brought it up, because it is a form of devouring. And one of the aspects of me working with the Goetian and the Necronomicon is like, I literally possess the demonic energies that they represent for me, and I'll devour them and become them with the Luciferian mindset of the focus, maintaining my frame as the god of my reality, and also with the set mindset and the devouring archetypal energy that he represents, being the dictator of the chaos energy that I distribute out. So like when I'm like King Payment, I devoured the energy of King Payment all of this week. You see what I'm saying? Like literally drawing out the sigil and consuming the sigil on, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times I eat the damn sigils I make. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the drink and I will become them. Watching the movie Hereditary, drawing that energy, you know what I'm saying? Getting that energy, getting amped up on the fear that's being displayed on the screen through cinematics, neural cinematics or whatever. So literally devouring these energies and becoming them is a form of possession of the energies or devouring the energy. No doubt. 100%. I'm happy you brought that up, because like I said, I was looking, I'm like, damn, wait a minute. So it's like reverse. I'm not being, it's like not being possessed by demons, because nothing outside of the subconscious mind can, you know what I'm saying, take over, you know what I'm saying, your God consciousness or whatever. But it's like you possessing the energy, you possessing the demon. So it's reverse. This is something totally different. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like putting on the deific mask or whatever archetypal energies, whatever attributes and abilities, whatever these entities, you know what I'm saying, whatever they represented as, and becoming them, and then embodying them and working with that science. You see what I'm saying? With your everyday lifestyle. So most definitely it is a form of possession. But we possessing the damn demons. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that you brought that up. We were just talking about that, man.
Yep.
Look, I've done that with items, charge an item up. Like with, I did it with the T-shirt, went to a men's discipleship group. It was like wearing Venom, Spider-Man going in there.
Damn.
Yeah. Lucifer, Hecate.
Right. That book you brought up, Carlos Castaneda, I'm familiar with a lot of his work, because he talks about the Wetiko virus. Yeah. You know I don't hear a lot of people talking about that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a form of like a psychic parasitic energy within the collective unconscious of humanity that lives in the blind spots of humanity, that if you know how to tap into that, I'm telling you, that's one of the things I tap into to amplify my mind control and being able to use telepathy or telepathy to be able to read people's minds and their thoughts based on that science. Anybody looking into that? Carlos Castaneda or whatever, And just Google the Wetiko virus. You're gonna see a lot of interesting ass information when it comes to that shit. So I'm happy you brought that up as well. Cause that's some science. You can take that science with it, apply that shit to your left hand path, sorcery, whatever, and weaponize that shit and use that shit to your advantage. And it's always you gonna find ways to utilize it, because I mean it's within the human arena. We all deal with interaction with people all the time. So this is a natural byproduct of you being a magician. You know what I'm saying? You being the god of your reality. So good looking to bringing that up. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yep. Where that nigga Ravana go?
That possession thing, that's definitely an act of devouring. If you know what you're doing. A lot of times when people get mounted or ridden, as they say, in Vudan or Santeria or things like that, they let the spirit control them. But there is a way to change the frequency where you control the spirit. It's just a matter of practicing to activate control while it's happening. Spirits like to devour by nature. And when they ride you or mount you, or what some people call possession, literally they're devouring you. They're using you, your energy, frequency, vibration, to make communication or contact into this realm. Okay? So it is a form of devouring, but you have to flip it to devour them.
Yeah.
That's a it takes time and it's a practice, but it does, and you will be able to master that, where you can easily be able to shift it to devour them. You're not at these spirits' mercy. That's one thing. And I know you know this, Dimitri. I'm just saying overall to everybody. You're not at these spirits' mercy. You're their commander. They need you more than you need them. Understand that. They need you more than you need them. Okay? So if you ever come in contact or you work with spirits, do not get fooled. They cannot do nothing without you. You're their intercessor or their medium to come into this realm to do some work or to interact or do some kind of thing.
Right.
Okay? If you open the door for them, they're only going to use you more. Now, if you take control of the situation where you're the commander and the conductor, then you are able to use that spirit for your advantage more often.
That's right.
So always remember that. If a spirit wants to try to run the show, you the god of your life. You're the commander. They answer to you. You do not answer to the spirit. You are the commander. They're basically trying to manipulate you or use you to get access at will. But they still need you because you're the vessel they need to make contact. If you remember that, you'll always stay strong. These are some of the things we're going to discuss Thursday in the necromancy class. For those who signed up, y'all know we'll be there Thursday discussing conjuring, summoning, things of that nature. So we're going to go in further on that. If y'all haven't signed up and would like to be a part of it, let me know. Maybe we can make some extra room for y'all, all right?
Gotcha.
But anyways, let's move on. Thank you, Brother Demetrius. Any other questions?
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
All right, cool.
I like that, man. I love that. He keep me on my toes. That shit get me amped. Love it.
Demetrius on some shit too. Gotta be careful with that guy. That guy is dangerous, brother.
I bet.
Brother Duma. Hold on. Brother Duma, every time I try to press this unmute thing with Brother Duma, this thing want to act retarded. Hold on. Give me a second, Brother Duma. I'm trying to... Okay, there you go.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay.
Any questions, brother?
Yeah.
Snacking it up.
Okay. Yeah. The question is, when you were talking about the morality part, how far down the rabbit hole do we go? And open up that chamber of letting go of your morality.
Everybody got their own level. Everybody, it's personal. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own level of where they are with their morality. You see what I'm saying? And as far as where you go with it,
hold on. I'm trying to figure out where the noise coming from. I'll mute everybody real quick, and then I'll unmute you. All right? Hold on. All right, can you hear me, Brother Rogue Titan?
Oh yeah, you good.
All right, some noise was coming from somewhere. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, but it sounds better now, right?
Oh yeah, you good. You 100.
All right, cool. Go ahead, brother.
But yeah, like everybody have their own personal level of where they at with their morality, because it's all personal. At the end of the day, it's a personal perspective on how we view, you know what I'm saying, how we choose to behave within reality, you know what I'm saying, within the human environment, so to speak. So there's no one way, there's no one level we all gotta agree on, you know what I'm saying? Don't break, my thing is, don't, like you talk about a lot, Ravana, don't break the damn law. Don't do nothing that's gonna get you, you know what I'm saying, fucked up. But understand that you gotta think outside the box when it comes to the morality thing. You gotta understand that morality was a thing to use to keep us sane and from killing each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got certain laws within the human arena, so we don't, you know what I'm saying, go act wild and start butchering motherfuckers with, you know what I'm saying, willingly. So it's just you gotta have restraint. You gotta see where you at with it. You know what I'm saying? See what you comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, if I go to the mall or something with my kids, I know most people don't understand that. Most people see me and they see a black man with his 2 daughters. They like, wow, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's amazing. That's rarity. You see that. I feed on the admiration from that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't. But if my kids in the play area, so to speak, and there's kids everywhere, I don't do no vampirism when it comes to no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm just sitting back, making sure my kids ain't knocking somebody else's kids down and shit like that. There's no form of me feeding on the energy of the glee of the children being displayed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I gotta be the parent of the entire damn play area anyway, because all the other parents is on their damn cell phones and shit like that. So that's my restraint. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. But that's not if somebody else tap into that, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's not I'm not gonna condemn them, because at the end of the day, it's all personal where you at your level, where your morality at. So like I said, it's all personal. It's all where you want to place it at. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got you know what I'm saying, there's some things they squeamish about, there's some things they fully embrace. You see what I'm saying? Like I have no fucks. I don't give no fuck about going to church and feeding on the energy of that Jesus they worship. I take that and redirect that shit to me, because I look like the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I look like the motherfucker when I go about people all the time. So I'm going to feed on that shit. I'm going to utilize that shit. So when people wearing the crucifix and the Jesus piece, I absorb that energy and I embody it. You know what I'm saying? I got the El Cristo Negro type shit all, you know what I mean? I embody that energy. So I appreciate that shit, but like I said, some people who go to church, they wouldn't want to tap into that. But it's an energy source, and all energy sources, regardless, is to be utilized and absorbed by you if you deem it necessary, if you see fit. So, like I said, morality is personal. So wherever you at with it, that's where you at with it. Wherever you not, you know what I'm saying, that's on you. But we all got a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's personal, bro.
That's right. And don't think that just because, hold on, let me say this real quick. Don't think just because people are on the left-hand path that they don't have morality. The difference is you don't have program morality. You work on yourself to overcome the program morality, but you're still going to have your personal morality based upon your perception of life and experience. It's about breaking the program morality. You understand?
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Morality, you know, because if you don't, shit could get wild and it could be very illegal sometimes. You don't want that to happen. You understand? You got to still have some level of restraint. This is not a free-for-all planet right now. You understand? That's not what we're saying. It's about breaking the program morality that we've all been raised in. And then through your work, you're going to have some level of morality. You should. You understand? You should. You shouldn't condone, let's say, domestic violence. Okay? A man beating a woman just because he's a man. That's some kind of common sense shit morality. You understand? Just because we say destroy morality is not destroy everything and just be crazy and buck wild out there. No. You're still going to have it, and you should have some level of morality, but it's your morality based upon you, your experiences, and your perception from your work.
Mm-hmm. Well said, bro. Well said.
Go ahead. You had another question. Go ahead, brother.
My second question was about I remember the last time, the last bit you were on, you were talking about weaponizing your words And my question was, what is the best way to weaponize your words or sigils or memes and things of that nature to get the best results?
Okay. Like for my practice, what I use, man, I call it millennial magic. All this millennial social media shit, people have a short attention span, right? People scroll down their damn timeline, they Facebook and they Instagram, they immediately see pictures, they like it, and they go to the next one. Well, if you do that shit with mine, you getting embedded with all kind of sigils on a picture. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of shit, a lot of energy to it, and I have no idea what these sigils mean no more. They're like totally within my subconscious mind. So when you see them, you scan them, you feed them, and I'm absorbing the energy. You see what I'm saying? Through my social media platform. My social media platform is another form of me. I weaponize it. You see, that's 100% weaponize it. And I know how to use it and draw that energy in, you know what I'm saying, absorb that energy. But like with the language patterns, have an intent before you speak. Have a thought, have a goal with the scientific mindset, see the result and work backwards from it. And before you say something, already see how it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, how it's gonna play out. By being able to, you know what I'm saying, your tonality in your words, the pitch of the frequency of your words, whatever conversation that you're saying or whatever, you know what I'm saying, using embedded commands and being able to layer certain sentences and certain words, stack them on top of a person where you build a rapport within that person. You can implant them with all kind of embedded commands and they never know it because their central nervous system is coalesced with yours and they just wide open because they're paying attention to you and you absorbing that attention and utilizing it against them, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Just do that shit with responsibility because it's a very, very powerful form of trance induction and things of that nature, neurolinguistic programming that you can do a lot of harm to a person if you're irresponsible with that energy. Because the tone of your voice and the words are so powerful. Because why are they so powerful? Because you God, and God's word is bond. You know what I'm saying? So it's the power of your words or in your thoughts is very, very powerful. But go into any interaction or any type of conversation before you enter it. What's your intent in even speaking? Well, what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? Weaponize it. And see, you know what I'm saying, get the result, have a goal and weaponize your speaking patterns, whatever it is that you're doing, and you know what I'm saying, see if you get your results. That's so. All right. What was your other question? You talking about the sigils, how you fuel your sigils?
Yeah.
I fuel a lot of my, not just my own, but I use other people's attention that they place on me to fuel my sigils. So I weaponize people paying attention to me and utilize that to fuel my sigils. See what I'm saying? It ain't just me. Everybody, I draw everybody in. You know what I'm saying? Say if I post a crying Jordan meme or some shit, everybody love that shit. Everybody laugh. But when you laughing at it, you looking at it, it might be 100 damn figures on that damn Jordan meme that's transparent that you might not be able to pick up with the, you know what I'm saying, with the conscious mind. It's going straight to your subconscious mind for programming to whatever it is result I want. You know what I'm saying? I might want to draw attention on some shit. So it's all kind of ways you can use a lot of this shit, but there's no rules when it comes to chaos magic and how to employ it. But what you know what I'm saying, what you develop within yourself. So it's all kind of different way that you can utilize to fuel your, you know what I'm saying, your sigils. One way I say too, I use strategic distractionary methods for me to utilize and fuel my sigils. Like after I do one, I might feel the energy of already acquiring whatever it is, the result I want. And I immediately start rapping, you know what I'm saying? Start getting into some thing like Ravana was talking about earlier, and just start going through all the lyrics that I remember from all the albums, shit like that. So, but I'm allowing my subconscious mind to take in what I just done within that ritual, but my conscious mind is being distracted by me focusing on the music. Then all of a sudden, I forgot all about it. You know what I'm saying? I forget it. You know what I'm saying? Right. We just gotta be flexible with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Experiment with it, but always understand that you're the scientist at the end of the day. You the dictator of reality, and have fun with your experiment.
Yep. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
I can't figure out where this strange noise is coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. Sound like
who doing that?
Yeah, some crazy stuff coming through here. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Some of these things get stuck when I try to mute it, but let me see.
I'm loving these questions, dog.
Yeah, me too.
I like that shit.
All right, let me see if this works here. Jesus. These are, bear with me, y'all. For some reason, when I hit unmute, it's not allowing me to unmute for some of y'all, so bear with me. I'm trying to do my best. All right, let me try Trina. My bad. Hickory, what up?
Hey, can you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Okay, wonderful. I absolutely love being here with y'all tonight. This was totally fascinating and fabulous for me. I just loved every second of it. But of course, I absolutely love that the feminine power was addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
That's my shit.
Obviously.
I just wanted to say that I totally became aware of myself at a much younger age, but I had no idea what I was really capable of. All I know is that from my 20s on, I have always been able to delegate responsibilities to different men. And were my servants, per se.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I had come to expect. Some said I was spoiled. I didn't think it. I thought that's what all women were supposed to do. In the process of me knowing myself, I kind of they tried to make me ashamed, calling me a whore. Of course, I couldn't with everybody that wanted to offer services.
Right.
But I have thoroughly enjoyed being a woman. The greatest experience I've had as a woman thus far, at 53 years old, when I went down to Florida and attended a drumming ritual, I had no idea the powers could be directed and pointed and guided. And I'll just say the energy, the demon, whatever you want to call it, that mounted me had begun to consume me at first, but I grabbed it by the balls and won.
Yes, you did.
Oh, shit.
I remember I was there.
Yes. And it was most incredible for me, already being aware of my divine feminine energy. But this now, it has taught me to direct, become more, how should I say, more pointed in more intent, more power with my intent, the things that I set out to do. And the next thing I know, that I already was manifesting, but now, I manifested 20 grand.
Word.
Damn.
And nobody died for me to get it.
Good.
I manifested 5,000. Nobody was hurt. Manifesting now, and I'm in complete control of how these things happen. And that was when I didn't know the power that women can have over their universes until after that energy was awakened in me by the demon that mounted me in Florida.
Yes.
So as a woman now, knowing what I know from my youth and being fully aware of me, but now having this energy at 53, being a proud crone, grandmother of 10, I make choices not to fuck people up. I make choices to allow them to serve me to the best of their ability. I make choices that are more elevating for myself and never have, and I'm coming out of a phase where the dark side is embraced and accepted for what it is, as the vampire being fully activated even more so, and getting to the point of loving the side that was hidden away because it was sexually abused, you know, all this other shit we go through in our lives. But to know that the abuse was only part of the making of my, so I have no regrets. I'm glad to be here with y'all. I'm glad to hear that, you know, feminine power is embraced here. I feel so comfortable. One day, hopefully, because I was talking to Brother Ravana, my brother, I was talking to him earlier today. I hope to be able to talk about the orgasmic energy, the benefit of little dicks versus big dicks, and how they are.
Don't trust me. We're ready for that. We got to hear this. Trust me. But I think we're going to keep that private class.
Yes, yes. And, you know, just to be able to open up conversation like that. And for women, I hope classes like this can continue and more women will come in. I hope that we can embrace one another. Sisters unite, brothers unite, and we all can learn to work together in this particular setting, as opposed to being angry with one another. And also, real quick, I just want to say, in reference to Facebook and social media, through that, I have been able, as a scientific experiment, I've witnessed the moods, how the ability that I have had to change people's moods, the ability that I have to draw people to the events that I do, the ability that I have to be successful. So what it's shown me is that not only does my divine feminine power go forth in the physical, but the social media as well. It works in many different fields, and it works the way that I will it to work.
Indeed.
Right. Man, I ain't got nothing else to say to that. That's just I appreciate you dropping that.
You got to say something, brother.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You being a woman, you like I said, y'all the greatest conduit of chaos energy. I mean, who has more chaotic potential than a woman? You know what I'm saying? And knowing that and weaponizing it, being able to affect the environment that you in, and with your manifestation that you bring forth and draw down. I mean, there's nothing that can come close to that. Come close to the unlimited potential and power that possesses and that you possess. You see what I'm saying? And you know that, and you wielding that. And you said you gotta, you know what I'm saying, do what you can do to not fuck people up with this shit. That is only testament to your power. You know what I'm saying? In this world and all other parallel reality that we exist in. So that's some powerful shit. So all the sisters listening to this, you know what I'm saying? Feed on that energy. Understand that you are a conduit of chaos energy at its most personified form and expression within matter. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing can come close to that. But embrace it, accept it, and weaponize it. You know what I'm saying? Utilize it to your benefit. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, most people using it as issue. You know what I'm saying? Suppressing that chaos energy and condensing it. But condensed chaos, only thing it's gonna do is produce more change, more ways for it to express itself. It's just gonna always have to express itself. Always. You can't keep it. You can't keep it shut down. The more pressure you put it on it, though, the more potent it is when it is manifested, and that could become disastrous if it's not wielded and utilized. That is, you know what I'm saying, to your benefit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's what happens. But what you just said about weaponizing and utilizing and accepting your nature, man, that's bringing tears in my eyes on how joyous I am when I hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody else feels the same way, but I appreciate all the knowledge you just dropped on that, man. I appreciate that shit. Really do.
Let me say this. As a innocent bystander at that ritual, has no problem letting it out. Okay? Y'all remember when I was talking about stuff bouncing in rituals? Here it is right in front of you on the screen. That's what was bouncing. I, so occultist as I am, was like, damn, son. And I went right. And mind you, this was a Papa Legba ritual. Shit. Papa Legba ritual, which is supposed to be the opener. It opens the way. Well, you see it open some shit. Okay? And I went back to prayer and everything that day when I was bouncing, brother. I was praying, Lord have mercy.
Oh man, so we gotta go back
when I need, brother. Anyways, Trina, anything else you want to break down, comment, or ask?
Well, I just realized that's Trina. Oh man, damn. That's Trina, right?
Yeah, y'all know her as Trina Hart.
Yeah, I thought I recognized her. I saw her when she started talking. I'm like, I know her. Yeah, Trina. Okay, I got
that's
you.
her. Be careful. No,
I got you. I got you.
Careful, brother.
I just want to welcome Sister KG, Sis Mad Love. Welcome to your journey. Welcome to your path. Reach out. Hopefully I'll be able to connect with each one of you, but Sister KG, girl, welcome. Have fun, explore you, and love it. Misty Jean, I adore your energy. I think you are just absolutely incredible, sis. Just incredible. And brothers, love all of y'all too, but I hope to be able to connect with everybody soon.
You will. You listen. In the near future, Trina is trying to plan something here in Orlando.
Okay.
Maybe if she and her people come a second time around, we can have a big meetup here in Orlando with everybody who's on here. So
okay.
Just know it's gonna be going down in the future where we're gonna start meeting up each other, doing.
Put it together.
Yes.
That's
we're gonna start communicating, networking, and coming together in big ritual events and things like that. It's about 4 time we do this, so get ready. And Sister Trina is gonna help facilitate a lot of that. So I want to give a shout out to her because it's a powerful sister there. Just be careful. That's all I gotta say. Just be careful.
Oh yeah, I can feel it over this shit. Trust me, dog. I feel it.
We need to mute her for a minute. All right, we need to mute that energy for a minute. Pass it on to Brother Zeta, who's coming next. All right, Sister Trina, I thank you. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that shit.
Our brother Zeta, you're next.
What up?
It's good.
I don't have any questions right now, but it's like this talk is like really giving me some ideas to work with in the future. Because I actually have one of a figure from like the excuse me, I'm stuttering. Oh, I have an action figure I have since I was like 12 years old from the Transformers series, Unicron. You know, so I was like giving me some ideas on how to like utilize, you know, the characteristics of that
chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos bringer. And like future like settings and stuff, future outings and stuff. Like, but like one of the things I noticed, especially like when I go out and like, for like First Friday art events, and like I have my table set up, or I'm out live painting. It's like people coming by, and you know they may not buy a painting or whatnot, but you know it's just the admiration I get. Like, oh, I really like your painting. I really, you know, like what you're doing. Keep it up. Or I ain't never nothing like this. You know, I didn't like unconsciously I was like taking in that all the admiration. So like kind of giving me some ideas for next time I go out to, you know, really
eat that shit up.
Right.
Eat it up. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that shit. It's being sent your way. It's being somebody offering you food. You're not gonna eat it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A plate full of chicken wings. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna eat them damn wings. Give me them damn wings. Shit, I eat them shit.
You're making me hungry. Take it easy.
But yeah, man. Hey, man, work on them ideas, man. Apply them and experiment with them. See what results you get, man. Take that shit from there, bro. Ain't no limit to this shit. Ain't no limit to your chaos energy. And by you tapping into the, you know what I'm saying, archetype of, well, man, what was his name from Transformers? The head motherfucker. What's his name?
Unicron.
Unicron. Like I don't have his action figure. I've been looking for him. This shit costs too much on Amazon. But tap into that motherfucker because he represents the primordial spark of chaos before the created universe that they exist in. Like I'm well familiar with his character. So this character would be symbolic to the archetype of like Azathoth or somebody like that within the Necronomicon. You see what I'm saying? So man, utilize that shit. That's a powerful ass energy you fucking with that, man. Trust that shit. And you know what I'm saying? Just be a scientist. Be a scientist. When you go set your art shit up, do that shit with the will and intention. You know what I'm saying? Have an intention and a, you know what I'm saying, a result that you're trying to manifest from that. And I'm telling you, everything will fall into play once you maintain your scientific mindset because you're a scientist. You see what I'm saying? Right. All the time you're doing that, but do it consciously and weaponize it. Your body language, you know what I'm saying? 90% of communication is nonverbal. By you sitting down a specific type of way, you will draw people towards you. You know what I'm saying? You can infuse a magical artifact to get people to magnetically come to your way and be looking that type of shit. And if you know how to put sigils with your artwork and have that shit where they can't pick it up, that's a whole other science to your benefit that you can utilize. You see what I'm saying? But
that's another thing I do in my art. Like I remember you asking me that on Instagram. But I don't use sigils, but I use a language that I'm like creating, I'm working on.
Right.
And like I do that, I put that all over my paintings, and people ask like, "Yo, what does that mean?" or "What is that?" You know, it's like I don't know. So it's whatever whatever meaning you put to it.
That's what's up.
That's dope. Real dope.
That is. Keep that shit up, bro.
I don't know what that is behind you, but it's really inspiring in other paintings. So.
What?
Is it me or?
No, Rogue Tide. I don't know what that is, like the colors and stuff. It's really inspiring, like another painting for me to do.
That's
shit,
tell them what it is, Rogue Tide.
Hey man, I just went to grocery shopping. I got shit from Walmart. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Paper towels and toilet paper. What you see up here is my old ass daughters like packs of diaper packs and shit. We just keep the box and put clothes in. They growing out of shit, so we just keep this shit downstairs in the basement, dog. That's all this shit is. This ain't nothing. This ain't got no magical intent at all. None of this shit. None of it, dog. But if you think it do, man, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that shit to your benefit. Whatever color spectrum you get, whatever inspiration you get out of it, rock that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
don't nothing happen by accident, bro.
He's using that third eye to see things that we can't see right now. So
right, he's picking up on shit.
Hey, brothers at Zeta, where you live at, brothers at Zeta? What town?
I'm in Chester, Virginia, and it's like really windy out here.
Right, cool. I was just checking because there was a sister on here earlier who's also an artist. She's from Philly. That's why I was just checking. But a lot of y'all got skills. This is why we need to start networking, because some of y'all got some skills up in here, man. We need to network who does what, who does this, because you'd be surprised. Right. You know what I'm saying? This little group right here of 25 people, we could probably lock down the whole community with shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget that. Any other questions at Zeta?
No, not at this time, though.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Jeff Moore. What's up, brother?
Jeff.
Any questions, brother? Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm good now. What's up, people? Nah, I don't have any questions. And it's interesting, too, because, I heard y'all talk, and it's funny, too, because I never thought about it. I never thought about the feminine energy being the one, because, they're the negative, they take in the energy. I just never thought about how that, because when I created my servitor, she's the goddamn woman and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I be sucking up all kinds of motherfucking energy. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, shit, I forgot all about that. I didn't think about that. So, but no, I don't have any questions. I truly appreciate the class and the interaction, and I look forward to continuously working with everyone, and welcome to all the new folks, all the new people. And that predatory shit, y'all right, and it depends on, what, it depends on how you feel about fucking morality and all that shit, because when you read ancient texts, all that shit was just to, keep the soul asleep and stuff, so it's all about what you want, what you want it to be, how you want to use it for yourself, so, all right, peoples, that's all I got.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
True. All right, let's see who's next on the menu. Susie Rich, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Any questions, comments?
No questions, but basically comments. I feel like there was the caller earlier who said she was just learning and growing. And that's where I am. But it was something that Rogue Titan said that was really interesting. I found that resonated. He said that we all have it. You know, he said it's not for everybody, but we all have it. So what 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 grabbed me about that comment was when he you know how when somebody is giving us props, we feed off that energy. That it's easy to do because why wouldn't you?
Right.
My thing is, how do I feed off the energy that is opposed to that? That's where, you know, I'm still learning and trying to grow with that. For lack of a better word, you know, negative energy, positive energy, just the opposing energy, because everyone's going to feed off positive. You know, everybody's going to feed off of that. It's going to boost them up. It's going to pump them up. But I'm trying to learn how to navigate with, because, okay, I'll give you an example. Like at work, when I work with people who they require a lot of attention, you know, very insecure, very needy type people, adults. I'm talking about adults. And I get uncomfortable with that energy. I don't want to be around it because to me, it's kind of childish energy, like childish, immature. We're talking about 50-year-old people. I don't want to be around it. But just listening to tonight, what's going on, hey, I want to utilize that energy. I want to feed off of it. So I don't want to run from it. I don't want to run from any of it anymore. So just listening tonight, I'm learning.
That's what's up. Appreciate that. We all learning. We all learning on this shit. Like I said, every day is a new day to develop more skills and develop more of an understanding about the self, and just building on that. It's like building a puzzle, building piece by piece, coming together. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that you brought up, you know what I'm saying, ways to like the opposite energy of that is like, for example, like if I get compliments, I get a lot of compliments and things of that nature. But I got a sick mind. Like my mind is, I'm like a little sadistic when it comes to this. I'm seriously like where, think of, you know how like Michael Jordan, he feeds off a negative press and people talking down on him. He go put 55 on people in New York's Madison Square. I like the negativity aspect more so because it's a challenge that I gotta, you know what I'm saying, somebody feels some type of way. And that energy I get, it inspires me to even be more powerful, you know what I'm saying? To be even more, you know what I'm saying, have something impactful that's gonna impact somebody and have them, you know what I'm saying, feel a certain type of way. So that I fuel off of negativity just as much as positivity, but embodying the concept of a black hole, like I was saying earlier, a black hole devours energy regardless of where its origin from, positive or negative vibes. It's taking it all in, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna use it, you know what I'm saying? But it don't have no moral, it don't have no human emotions, you know what I'm saying? It's indifferent. That's why I'm happy that you brought it up, because by maintaining the indifferent mindset helps me immensely when it comes to devouring energy and being able to utilize it, you know what I'm saying? Taking my humanity and my whatever I think is right or wrong, my moral thing goes out the window when I become indifferent and just embrace the energy as it is and devour it. You know what I'm saying? That helps me.
You know what else I took from what you said, and it just clicked right now. That negative energy, that needy type energy I said that I'm running from.
Right.
I don't know if you said it, someone said it tonight, but I can take that energy and put it into something that I'm trying to manifest.
There you go.
I can take that, and that just clicked just right now.
There you go. That's what's up. That's what you're doing. You the alchemist. You know what I'm saying? You the magician. You taking that energy that they putting out and you applying that shit to what you want. I mean, it's like they just giving you money and you just taking that money and putting it in a bank. I swear to you, man, this energy is, people really don't realize what they sending out, man, just being unaware of the potential they have with this energy. But it's being utilized, you know what I'm saying? It's being redirected. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I also want to maintain, that to not pick up on other people's negativity for their thoughts and then letting that cloud your own state of mind. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you gotta have a certain type of, you gotta have a certain protection. It's almost being like